So your ideas, balance?
So like there's like a couple ways to start. Balance can mean anything. So it can be like where you put your weight on two legs, whether that's even, right? So like the basic ones are you're gonna be forward, you're gonna be back, you're gonna have a side, you're gonna have a side, right? That's gonna change depending on the orientation of your feet. So whether your feet are, forward, facing out is gonna give you more range, usually on the diagonals, right? Staggering your feet is gonna give you a little more dimension forward and back, right? A little bit off this way. Being able to switch from one stagger to another, and then being able to do that. So just being able to switch your balance, like really useful in robot. Just like those kinds of ideas, I think are always like really cool. There's also like just being able to, with both feet, working on actually being able to lift, right? So if I bend my knees slightly, right, then I can lift my heel and hold that. So from the side, it's going to look like this. And I can lift that in small increments. Basically, I'm using that as a method of control there. And the reason I want that is because I can create levels in between. So if you're ever going up on your toes, I can create levels in between to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can shift that, right? So you can go 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and move in all of this area.
Right.
So once you control that, that's going to build up a lot of strength in your calves, and it's going to make it a lot easier to do things on one leg. Yeah, I mean, this is your show, so I don't mean to like...
No, that was cool. That was cool. We're going to do it deeper too. The idea is nice. This one? Yeah,
if you like pull the heels, that kind of like turns the... You can either do it while you turn the body, or just keep everything straight from the waist up, but then only turn from your legs down. And you can create this box. That kind of gives you a little more room. And then you can also adjust one leg at a time, right? So if you only do lift one, you create all of this leverage on just one side. Then you can lift the other side, right yourself, switch the other side, pull this, keep this one up and push this one down, right? Push this one down, and then push this one over. So all together you can go like, just like.
Ah, nice.
And it's just like little tiny balance things in your like calves that can help you keep like some interesting control. Even if you're just dancing, right? I can still use all of this control. Just kind of moving myself around.
But like, important that you try to be higher to do it. The heels like higher so you can feel the more rooms. Yeah. Same thing with the sizes. You know, at the max and the lower, like a max and a lower, and then you have to cut it half. Yeah. And a quarter. Yeah. Then another idea of the balance. So like a lot of people don't know what the balance is like that. The little bend. Do you get like a perfect balance points? Then so you just jiggle it like this, or like a big ones. Just and at the same time you're going to side like this, like a toe heel. You go side to side. Then you're doing the same time. You know what? The hips are not like that anymore. Like more like a kind of like a little bit slided in, and you're doing it. So you gotta stomach it tight together, and then so not shaking, not like this, like a whole body shaking it like this. A toe heel. This is a heel, this is toe, and I go this way, or switch it and going that way. Then the ta 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 ta. So then stop. This is a point to your pretty much you bend it a little bit, like 2 centimeters down, so half inch kind of over there, so that you can get a balance. Even if you hit the heels, the shake, vibrations coming to their head, so you can fit it. Because you make the room for the bottom part. So you can do it. Then bring in that ideas, this, and then bring in. You still have that set here, so you know how to tightness. Yeah, and you just open it and go and bend. You still can do it to balance, right? But still, this one going like this is kind of like ugly. So we try to straighten it out. You still can fit it to holding it like this. So like one leg, even when you got juggle, you still can keep it. And come back here. Then switch it, this, and juggle it, this, and come back. And drop it. Yeah. So you can get some idea with your foot to get a balance points like this side and this, and you wiggle it and stop. Then come back and do this, and then don't look it down. You have to be facing over there and feel it here, like my foot. I'm gonna try to bottom of my foot right here, but feel like I'm doing like this and then switching it. So I have a screen out there, and I'm looking right here, and then using it, then do a square move. Because if you tilt it like the example, this ankle to this ankle is like a straight here, you can get it. And deeper, this one going deeper, but that one have a limit. You go more than that, you get off balance right away. So you gotta be started. This is the max for the area. So you can get this and that and this and that one. You can come back because you're not past that line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta be. So this one is super tilted, going this way. Then you can go square like that. Ideas. I can do. But don't look in that. If you're looking down, the head's heavy, so you get off balance. So still try to look in here, straight and doing this ones, that one, this one, that one. But sometimes like I feel far, like your head's there and then your mind's not there. You can do how to get it. So you gotta be kind of breathe in, breathe out. Then mind's going to drop here. To control. Then doing it because head minds is almost here. That's my ideas. So it's close to the leg already. So you can control more. You're thinking too much over there. So that high, it's kind of far. So you get off balance right away. It's kind of weird ones, but you gotta be drop your mind here, and then you gotta be control. Like breathing helps.
Yeah.
If you're breathing chest and going up, but it's go. Yeah, it's going to kind of relax. Yeah, drop it. The mind's going here and there and there. There's around and you get balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the best ways, but it's kind of hard to get it. Yeah, but so around there is fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
It almost feels spiritual when you're doing that.
Yeah, but you can get balance like a lot more easier. Some people just this and they stay there, and hard, so they started moving like a little bit because the foot don't know what position to go. Because your mind is there, then even like a little tilt, and then so much work on your foot already. But you go mind down, and then maybe you can drop a little bit, but you still can do it, and then breathe in and breathe down, and then just like a panic is kind of going smaller, so you can get a balance more easier. So that's another my ideas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So you go in the slow-mo, same thing.
yeah.
I like more focusing the laser pointers, moving it like this.
Yeah, I feel like when you're going in slow-mo, you can get, if you're just walking in slow-mo, you'll find where your foot naturally wants to go when you're walking, right? And then using that kind of helps as a good base point. Also, I find a lot of time, like, the shape of the footprint kind of goes around the outside of the foot. So so if you're coming at it from a walk, being able to, if you come in through the middle, you might collapse inward.
Right.
Because there's no support here. So coming in from the outside, is going to let you grip with your toes a little bit more, and you're going to be able to hold there.
Yeah, like a ding, right?
Yeah. And I can hold that. And then it's also nice because like once I'm here, I feel like I can just stay here. Yeah. And it's like, I think what really helps is doing, I do this like rock with my foot from the heel through to the toe. Like finding the extremes like we were talking about earlier, and basically going like from your toe and then rocking back, again, tracing back closer to the outside until I get to the heel where I can like lift my toe up, and then coming back through. And then doing that really slowly. The slower you can do it with the more control, like the more you build those stabilizing muscles, and that's gonna help really control your balance through every step that you take, right? So being able to walk through all of that and then maybe do it like really slow, just testing however you can do it. Because if you can do it slow, you can do it fast, right? So now that if you're doing it slow, this is much easier, creating this rocking effect. That's all I'm doing is just going back and forth up through the heel, right? And then if I go through the center, it kind of falls off in the middle. So I want to make sure that I kind of stay through the outside. Right. But even then, you can still control all of this dimension here. And if I want to go even further, I can bend the knee and go a little bit more.
Yeah. Because mine's is a drop.
Yeah.
So you can go more forwards.
And your foot is off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Your foot's off the ground.
Yeah. And it's like from here, like you can continuously take this, right? You can keep taking this even further and further, right? So just like the more you drop, you can just hold that, and you've got more.
Yeah, you can go more
room to
forwards.
play.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's kind of like keeping your chest up if you want to go any lower becomes really important, because once your chest goes down, it's hard to like counterbalance all this weight, and then your foot gets in the way.
Yeah.
So you'll just basically end up here. But if you want to go any lower, like keeping that chest up while you're practicing this is going to be good if you want to do anything like lower, right? And then going into these positions, I'm putting more weight on my toes and then just kind of like dropping like even lower, right? That time I went a little too close to the middle, but if I can keep going, then you can just drop straight down in the back, right? You can just go all the way down, just straight from like that position.
Oh, you pick up like nothing.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what most
I gotta have it.
you die every time.
I just farted. I'm trying. Then.
I'm done.
Well, there's a trick to that too. Do you want me to go through it? Because I can.
Yeah, that was
Going
like.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, sure. So if you're sitting, one of the from the
Hold on.
So-
You should have a mic.
Okay, so if you're sitting and you want to get up from a seat, one of the hardest things to do is you need to get this knee as close to your chest as possible. So if it's out here, it's going to be harder to do. You want to bring this in as you do it. So as you come in, bring this, see how it was much easier for me to do that, even though I put very little effort into it? Now if I just keep my arms in front, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm already in a pistol squat.
Right.
Now from here, this is where like it might be more conditioning, because you're gonna have to get up in your toes. And then once you get to the toe, it's much easier to stand up. And I can do that in reverse, right? From there, I'm a little tired from just doing that,
Right.
but just holding it for like a really long time. But like the concept remains the same, is that if you do it all at once, right? I might just switch legs.
You can do both?
Yeah. but again, I start open, and then I bring the knee in, close to the chest. So I'm pulling this in.
Yeah, this swing and that swing
Yep.
together.
And then I bring to the toe, right? The toe makes it a lot easier. Then you can stand up. Then you can push from your toe, and it's just that, right?
I was about to be like crazy.
And then you can animate just like we did the 4 levels here. You can do that with the pistol squat. So once you're even in this position, right? Right?
Yeah.
Then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right?
Alright, bro. Well, that was
That's a lot. That's way too much.
Sorry. I was just like, I'm just talking now.
Clock takes over.
No.
That's a big old extra credit.
Extra credit.
Extra credit. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who love or want to learn pistol squats, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like really getting the control in it is what's going to help you do it. Because I see so many people do a pistol squat and like immediately fall out of it, and everyone's just like, oh, I'm just like, but you fell. So if you want control, start from the bottom going up and just practice from maybe like sitting or even from flat, right? Because if you can hold this is already like a good place to start, right? And then if you can slowly get up and then slowly come down, that's gonna start building this control. And I'm thinking chest up as I do it. I'm also, my arms are open and I can close them here. So I'm creating this kind of shape that's gonna allow me. Yeah, it helps to open up. Yeah, yeah. But it's also like physically makes it easier to do. So it's like one of those things that it's just like, it looks really impressive, but like once you kind of get the idea down, it's like you can do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So, thank you.
Rad.
All right.